Welcome all to our side event today, co-organized by the International Bamboo and Rattan Organization and the Center for Management and Strategic Studies, CGEE, from Brazil. Thank you very much for all of you to join us today in this important event. This side event today will talk is themed Bioeconomy Value Chain Development for Climate Change Mitigation and Resilience, and we'll give an overall view of how bamboo and Amazon products can contribute to bioeconomy. As you know, bioeconomy value chains are important nature-based solutions to achieve carbon neutrality and build resilient economies. This session will present lessons learned and knowledge advances on bamboo value chains globally, as well as on Amazon forest products. I would like to begin by welcoming our keynote speakers and panelists today for joining the side event. I'll begin by giving the floor to Professor Lu Wenming, Deputy Director General of INBAR. He will give us today the first keynote speak. He is the Deputy Director General of INBAR, and formerly he was also the Director of the Division for International Cooperation of the Chinese Academy of Forestry. Early in his career, he also held academic responsibilities as Professor of Forestry Policy and Economics. Professor Lu Wenming, you have the floor.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to speak at this important session. Bamboo is an amazing plant with astonishing capacities. As a precious treasure of nature, bamboo is a green, low-carbon, fast-growing, renewable, and degradable biomaterial. The bamboo-based bioeconomy can also make significant contribution to addressing many of the world's economic, social, and environmental objectives of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Bamboo-based bioeconomy is highly relevant to the SDGs. Bamboo provides important sources of livelihoods for millions of people, particularly in rural areas. With more than 1,600 known species and over 50 million hectares of bamboo resources spread across Africa, Asia, and Latin America, bamboo has been used for thousands of years as a resource of food, fuel, fiber, housing, handcraft, transportations, and many more. All parts of the bamboo plants, from culms, leaves, and threads to roots and resin, can be used to create products. Bamboo can be transformed into a wide range of low-carbon products and commodities, replacing everything from single-use plastics to steel. Bamboo is strong, flexible, widely available, and avoidable, and supplies millions of households across the world with building materials. Among its many achievements in the area of bamboo construction, INBAR's work in Ecuador in innovative bamboo building has raised the profile of modern bamboo structure. Bamboo can provide a sustainable, scalable, and renewable sources of energy, which takes pleasure to other forest resources. Bamboo biomass, as normal residue from processing, can also be used directly as a fuel, modified into charcoal for cooking and heating, or converted into gas from thermals and electric energy generations. Currently, the total production output of bamboo sector is valued at $70 billion. Bamboo is the fastest growing plant on the planet, allowing it to function as an important carbon sink. It has even been demonstrated to be comparable to some of tree species. Carbon is stored in bamboo plants as well as in a wide range of durable products once harvested. From furniture to flooring, bamboo can also help commodities adapt to climate change, providing a sustainable and alternative sources of income of millions of people around the world. Self-replenishing, locally growing, and easy to process. Bamboo offers rural communities more security and resilience in a changing climate and uncertain world. They are truly invaluable non-timber forest products. Moreover, bamboo is also an important plant of biodiversity ecosystems and can help protect the forests in which they grow, with many mammals, insects, and fungal species dependent on bamboo for their survival. The International Bamboo and Rattan Organization, INBAR, has a long history as an intergovernmental development organization which advocates for bamboo and rattan for sustainable development. Since our establishment, we have grown from non-member states to 50 member states. One of our priorities is to link landscape restoration with supply chains to help promote the green economy and the industrial development. Our project work also focuses on conservation and rehabilitation of natural capital as a viable sources of supply chain and economic growth at scale. INBAR has also extended its actions in maintaining supply chains into closed loop through developing the bioeconomy and sustainable plastics with natural products made from bamboo. INBAR and China jointly launched the Bamboo as a Substitute for Plastic initiative last November. The initiative is aimed at providing bamboo-based solutions to plastic pollution by effectively using bamboo as an alternative substitute to energy-intensive and difficult to degrade plastic products, as well as to mitigate climate change, helping make a positive contribution to achieving the UN 23rd Agenda for Sustainable Development. To both these efforts, INBAR and China also released the Global Action Plan of the Bamboo as a Substitute for Plastic initiative last month, which sets forth a sense of actions that seeks to marshal global resources and key actors to tackle plastic waste. Currently, we are implementing the initiative in 6 member states for trials and scaling, including Brazil and Ecuador in the Latin American region. With a network of 50 member states spread across the world, INBAR will continue promoting bamboo and rattan as a strategic resources for sustainable development. Think bamboo. Think about how bamboo can act as an excellent carbon sink, storing carbon in both the plant and the product for naturally determined contribution to meet the Paris Accord. How bamboo can be suitable for development of bioeconomy, and how bamboo is providing a crucial sources of support to some of the most vulnerable communities in the world. So INBAR stands ready to help. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you for Professor Lu Wenming for your keynote remarks and your overall guidance on how INBAR's work and the bamboo can be a tool for bioeconomy value chain development. Thank you very much. I will go to our second keynote speaker, the co-organizer of this event from the Center for Management and Strategic Studies of Brazil, Mr. Fernando Rizzo. He's the President Director of the Center for Management and Strategic Studies, and he has a master's degree in material science from the Military Institute of Engineering and a doctorate in material science from the University of Florida. Today he will give the keynote on behalf of CGEE via video pre-recorded remarks.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished delegates and distinguished guests. I am Fernando Rizzo, President of the Center for Strategic Studies and Management, CGEE, and it's an honor to address you today at this gathering focused on combating climate change, a global challenge that demands our collective attention and concerted effort. As we convene at this COP event, it's a privilege to clarify the pivotal role that institutions like the Center for Strategic Studies and Management play in steering our course toward a sustainable future. Within Brazil's landscape, CGEE stands as a beacon of strategic guidance in the realm of science, technology, and innovation. This institution serves as an important axis to inform the decision-making processes which are critical to addressing the challenges posed by climate change. CGEE is capable of conducting comprehensive projects, studies, and evaluations because of extensive collaboration with experts and institutions in Brazil's National System of Science, Technology, and Innovation, SNCTI, under the supervision of the Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation. Today, I'm thrilled to highlight some of CGEE's significant endeavors dedicated to mitigating climate change and fostering sustainable development. These initiatives form a part of the positive agenda for climate change and sustainable development, designed to propel us toward a more sustainable future. First of all, the Energy Big Push initiative, held with the UN Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean, ECLAC, and the Brazilian Energy Research Office, EPE, focuses on amplifying green energy innovation. Through the creation of a data platform and indicators, CGEE is paving the way for a deeper understanding of Brazil's energy innovation scenario, essential for informed decision-making in the pursuit of sustainable energy solutions. Simultaneously, the Innovation in Sustainable Energy Solution project produces thematic reports highlighting spotlighting strategic energy technologies. These reports serve as a guiding light, steering our focus towards sustainable energy solutions fundamental to our fight against climate change. Through the international dialogue on sustainable development, CGEE fosters essential conversation, promoting discussions itself and participating in forums like the STI Dialogue Table for Sustainability, and engaging actively in COPs, think tanks, as well as the Clean Energy Ministerial and Mission Innovation Initiative. CGEE contributes invaluable insights to global discussions on sustainable development. Furthermore, and the main focus of our participation in this event, there is the Bioeconomy Observatory, which emerged as a critical arm of CGEE effort. This observatory provides indispensable strategic information regarding the bioeconomy through thematic bulletins. These insights are crucial in steering us towards sustainable practices and harnessing the potential of bio-based solutions in addressing climate change, particularly regarding Amazon forests and people. In essence, CGEE's commitment to leveraging science, technology, and innovation for sustainable development and climate action is fundamental. Its initiatives, notably in the realm of bioeconomy and the dissemination of crucial information through the observatory, confirm its dedication to steering us towards a more sustainable future. Together, as we deliberate and collaborate, let us harness the insights and initiatives of CGEE and similar institutions worldwide to drive and promote meaningful change and ensure a thriving, sustainable future for the generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fernando Rizzo, for the keynote remarks. We value the partnership with the Center for Management and Strategic Studies of Brazil to hold this event and look forward to strengthen our collaboration in the future. Thank you very much. Now we will have two presentations from each of the organizers to give an overall overview of the contribution that bamboo and Amazon products can do for bioeconomy, can have in bioeconomy. Our first presentation will be done by Mr. Jajaraman Durai. He's the Director of Global Programs of INBAR, and he has, for over 2 decades, designed and managed large-scale bamboo-based livelihood development projects and environmental management programs across several countries in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. He has extensive expertise and knowledge in bamboo-based livelihood, capacity building, partnership development, standards, and policy aspects. Durai, I give you the floor, please. Durai, would you like to come to the stage?
Many thanks, Borja. Good morning, and welcome all of you again to our some side event. So my presentation will be focusing on the potential of bamboo to contribute to the climate change, both in terms of some mitigation as well as in terms of building the resilience of the community. So we all know now that climate change is real. The policymakers, scientists, politicians, everybody is agreeing in the current COP. So we know the past decade is the hottest decade in the world, and we are not able to achieve the target of the Paris Accord, and we need plethora of some solutions to actually meet the targets. So bamboo can be a solution to contribute to achieving those climate change targets. In bamboo, to provide a general overview, there are some 1,642 species of bamboo, which is mostly found in the tropical and some subtropical regions of the world. There are 10,000 product and applications. 35 million hectares of bamboo is growing in the forest. It does not account for the bamboo which is grown in forms of agroforestry and in other means. And his figure is an underestimate. Probably, as per our estimate, the bamboo grows in about some 60 million plus hectare, and 2 billion people depend upon some bamboo, either as a producer or a consumer. And the production and the consumption of bamboo is about $70 billion with an international trade of over $3 billion. These are all the 7 sustainable development goals indicated below, to which the bamboo can contribute to. And bamboo is like a woody grass. Unlike tree, this can be harvested annually without afforestation or degradation. So it provides opportunity both to provide jobs, income, and at the same time protect the environment, soil, and water as well. Advantages of bamboo: it is one of the fast growing, annually harvestable crop. It is a food, fodder, biomass, energy, textile, fiber. So anything with technological advancement, it is some possible. And it is a hardy and climate resilient crop. With climate change, with temperature increase, with some pest breaks out, the bamboo can be an hardy crop. It provides intangible benefits, ecosystem services, and so on. So what are all the pathways by which bamboo can contribute to climate change, some mitigation? By growing. So the bamboo growing, the forest can store the carbon itself, and at the same time, there are plenty of products, 10,000 products plus, which can be a short-term, medium-term, and very long-term durable product, which can store the carbon in it, and that can survive some 50 to 100 years. So in terms of growing, bamboo, as I've indicated, it's a fast-growing. On average, it stores about 300 tons of carbon per hectare. And at the same time, annually, if we harvest annually, it can sequester about 25 tons of carbon at per hectare per year. These are all the split up of the carbon storage, above ground carbon, below ground carbon, and the soil organic carbon. So if we compare with the trees and the tropical forest, it is slightly higher than the tree plantation, but lower than the tropical forest. But it provides opportunities for annual harvesting and accumulation and storage of carbon in the form of products and so on. So this slide shows the different species of bamboo. You can see there are some species which is storing 2.5 tons of carbon, and at the same time some species storing 25 tons of carbon annually, annual accumulation. So with the diverse species range, the possibilities of bamboo planting in different agroclimatic conditions is like quite large as well. So the another pathway is storage in form of products. So you can see from this chart that the flattened bamboo, plywood bamboo, sandwich interior bamboo, all these indoor and outdoor product, the carbon storage is like some positive. So it means like it stores or it saves like some much more carbon. And if you compare it with steel, aluminum, which is like a very large emitter. So bamboo can alternate all these highly energy intensive products in like construction and in indoor, outdoor applications and so on. And like bamboo also can be a replacement for hardwood, not only for steel, aluminum, but it also can be a replacement for hardwood. So in terms of climate change adaptation, bamboo can be put into so many products. So you can have an enterprise with a very small investment. You can have an enterprise with a very huge investment. So this is a pro-poor crop, and at the same time, this also can be a crop like which can be contributing to develop the green economy or like some circular economy. So it can be grown as a forestry crop, it can be grown as an agroforestry crop in homestead and so many applications. So in disaster, bamboo can be used in constructions. This is a photograph of the houses which is being constructed in Ecuador for climate change adaptation, the highly elevated house and it is also good for earthquake resistance in like some Philippines. There are like some bamboo houses being constructed for typhoons and hard winds. So disasters, flood, all these things like some bamboo houses can be a very important solution. Plenty of enterprise, like some possibilities are like some possible with bamboo, so that it provides jobs and income not only for the growers, but also for the value adders and so on. And the another important aspect is it builds the resilience of the ecosystem. There are so many research which has been done by INBAR and other like some scientific agencies which validate bamboo, because of its strong like some fibrous root system, can hold the soil like very strongly, so that it protects the soil erosion like some completely. And at the same time, because of its roots like rhizome system, bamboo can improve the soil like your water holding capacity because of its like some micropores and others, so that it not only improves the soil like recharge in the water, but also it improves the water table. So there are so many studies. It is good for soil erosion, like water recharge, like the interceptions of the rains, protecting the river banks and egg shores. So bamboo as a whole can contribute to all these factors. So how can we do it? How can we use bamboo effectively? What strategies can we do? The important thing is we have to build the resource base. Strong resource base is a very critical element. And we have to do planting appropriate species in the appropriate agroclimatic condition. We have like some 1642 species. Some grows in the sea level, some grows in the snow line. Some is suitable for like your semi-arid, some is suitable for high rainfall zones. Selecting, and some product is suitable to produce like basketry, some product is suitable to produce a flooring tile. So we need to match the agroclimate, species, and the use we are going to put, so that bamboo can perform the twin jobs of protecting the, creating jobs, creating income, but also protecting the environment. Creating a policy and like enabling framework is another important factor, which the government, which the policymakers should be able to do that. And we have to create the models first, so that the model becomes a base to learn and to create, adjust the development strategies as we go along the pathway. And we have to create a mechanism to fully utilize the biomass. If we see a toothpick making factory, the utilization of the bamboo is only 15%. If we see like a flooring board factory, the production of the utilization of the biomass is only 40%. We are wasting like some 60 to 70% of the biomass. We have to like create a mechanism or a circular economy or like a business model where we consume all the parts of like some biomass. We need to build the capacities, institutional capacities at all levels, from the ground level till the policy makers, followed by creating a strong development of the market. If we broadly do this, then the bamboo sector can contribute to climate change, like some mitigation, but also contribute to building the resilience of the countries and also like contributing to the sustainable development goals. With this, I want to thank all of you for your time and attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Turay, for your presentation and giving in a very in-depth overview of the contribution that bamboo can bring to bioeconomy and value chain development. I would like to introduce our second presenter today from the Center for Management and Strategic Studies, Daniela Silva. She is a chemical engineer with a master's degree in biofuels, and she's a PhD also in bioeconomy. She's a specialist in innovation management for energy transition and bioeconomy, and she has sent us also a pre-recorded presentation. Unfortunately, she could not travel this time, but she has been so kind to provide a pre-recorded one. So I would like to invite our colleagues to initiate her presentation. Thank you. Turay, you have to play it in the computer.
Center for Strategic Studies and Management from Brazil. And unfortunately, I couldn't be there in person, but I also couldn't lose the opportunity to be here sharing a bit of our work with you and also sharing this amazing side event with our colleagues from INBAR and also with our prestigious guests. So it's an honor for me to be here, even if it's remotely. I will be talking a bit about the knowledge and the potential of the Amazon bioeconomy. But first, I would like to start with the definition of bioeconomy. I'm sure many of you already heard about this concept before, but in CGEE we have our own definition, and we consider bioeconomy all the economic activity derived from bioprocess and bioproducts contributing to efficient solutions in the use of biological resources. All of this to promote the transition to a new model and sustainable development and social well-being. So, given some examples, we can say bioeconomy. But first, I would like to start with the definition of bioeconomy. I'm sure many of you already heard about this concept before, but in CGEE we have our own definition, and we consider bioeconomy all the economic activity derived from bioprocess and bioproducts contributing to efficient solutions in the use of biological resources. All of this to promote the transition to a new model and sustainable development and social well-being. So, given some examples, we can say bioeconomy is the sustainable use of renewable biological resources to generate products that are cleaner and more sustainable. So I'm giving here some examples like sugarcane and also wastewater residue with organic material, residue from other industries like fruit industries to generate some of renewable energy. I have examples here like ethanol and biogas. But bioeconomy is not only about generating energy, producing energy. We can also consider, for example, from sugarcane, we can consider the production of biomaterials like bioplastics. We can think about other different kinds of raw materials like microalgae, and also the whole biodiversity of rainforests to produce high-value products like pharmaceuticals and cosmetics and different kind of chemicals. And of course that we are always looking for more sustainable ways of generating energy and also different kinds of products. But about bioeconomy, we can easily talk about the economic potential of these set of industries. So there's this Brazilian study that suggests that the Brazilian bioeconomy could add annually around 284 billion to our industry by 2050. So this is a very smart solution and also very sustainable one. But before getting into the results, I would like to speak a bit about our methodology, because it's very important for us in CGEE to be very transparent about the data that we are using and how we are analyzing this information. And for this report, we had a very curious situation because we were looking for papers about Amazon, the rainforest Amazon, and we used the word Amazon and Amazonia, and we find out that there are lots of papers about Amazon the enterprise. And obviously this is not our focus on the study, so we needed to use a software that is owned by CGEE, and it uses the semantic similarity between the papers to create clusters of papers of a same subject, of a same field of knowledge. So for us, it was easy to create a methodology to exclude, to cut it off these papers that were not our focus of the study. So by the end of this process, we get the final network of papers that are related only with the Amazon rainforest, and we have more than 23,000 papers about the forest Amazon. So as first result, I would like to share the keyword cloud of these papers, and we have it here, what we like to call the first feeling of the subjects that are being discussed in these papers. So we can see in this table with the most frequently keywords how, for example, biological sciences are one of the most cited and studied when we are talking about Amazon knowledge. Another result that I would like to share is the number of papers per country. So considering the last 5 years, Brazil is the country with the highest amount of papers about Amazon. And here we can also make a difference between the papers that are produced only by institutions of that country, in blue here, and in orange we have the amount of papers that are produced in collaboration with another countries, institutions from another countries. So this is a type of analysis that we do a lot. We want to understand how this kind of collaboration is happening and who are our main partners in this process of generating knowledge about the Amazon. And here we have our network. It looks like a galaxy, but what you are seeing here is each of these dots is a paper. So they are connected between semantic similarities. So if two papers have the same words and they have a text that are similar to each other, these papers will get together and form a cluster. So this is how we can analyze a huge network of papers, because we can select specific clusters and to give it a specific attention, more attention, and to identify the main field of search of that cluster. So that's how we had this Amazon network, and we could navigate it in this network and look for the potential of the bioeconomy of this region, of this biome. For example, we have here a cluster about genetic diversity, medicinal plants. So we could, after this characterization, we could focus in finding the potential of the Amazon products. And after this analysis, after this process, we could give it more attention for the most promising and potential products from the Amazon. So we have here some of examples that we discussed in our report that have very good opportunities for selling and really developing a sustainable and profit bioeconomy. So I'm getting at the end of my presentation, and I would like to remember that here I was talking about the last 5 years of publications, and it's also important to remember that we used a specific database, Web of Science database. But mostly, I would like to remember that CGEE has the mission of providing strategic inputs and encouraging coordination and cooperation. So, of course, I will invite you all to download our report. But also, I would like to say that we have way more results besides what's in the report. So, anyone that are curious about different kind of analysis, we would be very happy to hear from you. Any questions, any opportunity of getting a meeting, we are always looking for new partners. So this is our mission. So we really would like to encouraging these collaborations between different kinds of institutions and countries. So we would be very happy to hear from you. And if you like to collaborate with us, just send us an email, and I will be really happy to answer any questions and maybe develop a partnership, who knows. So thank you very much, and I hope you will enjoy the rest of our side event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anila, for your great presentation, and hope we will have an opportunity for some collaboration with INBAR and other some partners here. So now we have finished the introduction part. Now we go on to the panel discussion. Thank you very much. And in the panel discussion, so good afternoon, and ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the panel discussion part. The panel discussion is on the bioeconomy value chain development for climate change mitigation and resilience. So we all know that in the Paris Agreement, overarching goal is to limit the temperature increase by 1.5 degrees centigrade above the pre-industrial levels. And that is a challenging task, and it needs a reduction of about 43% of emission from the current level. So it means we have to cut down half of the emissions, and at the same time we have to increase our energy production as well as consumption to have the same quality of life. So the scientists and some policymakers agree that the bio-based economy, or in short, the bioeconomy, offers a valuable response to sustainability challenges such as climate change, natural resource scarcity, and like some food security. The bioeconomy is also associated with like some multiple positive socio-economic impacts such as green growth, job creation, the rural regeneration, and the future-oriented practices of production and like consumption. As shown by the presenters as well as the keynote speakers, bamboo is a great material with enormous untapped potential to contribute to climate change and to the United Nations like Sustainable Development Goal. Today, specifically, we are going to discuss on how the bamboo-based value chains can contribute for climate change mitigation and like resilience through the successful case studies and like some models from different parts of the world. Joining us today, we have a great set of like some panelists. Dr. Alamai Agisa, the Director of the Socioeconomic Policy and like Research, the Ethiopia Forestry Department, the Government of Ethiopia. Then we have like some Mrs. Karina Herrera Ancayo, the outgoing Undersecretary of Climate Change, Ministry of Environment, Water and Ecological Transition of Ecuador. Then we have Mr. Tom Okolobong, the Executive Director of the Uganda National Forestry Authority, and the Dr. Zhimin, the Director of Forestry, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, and Professor John Guobin, the Head of Climate Division, National Forestry and Grassland Administration of China. Without much delay, I would pass on the floor to each of the panelists in turn to provide a short introduction of themselves, their organization, and some points which they would like to make in the presentation. So I would start with like some Adam Karina, and then please. Yeah, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you for having me in this important space. It's an honor to be with you. Just I'm the only woman here.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I'd like to share the experience of Ecuador about what we are doing with the bamboo. As part of our national policy of REDD+ in Ecuador, we have identified what are the main drivers of the deforestation. In this sense, we are working with cocoa, coffee, livestock, and soya too. However, maybe bamboo is a different value chain, but what is happening? We understand that conservation should be really close with the generation of means of life. And bamboo is a means that is connecting with that. So the experience in Ecuador is with Amoquina. Amoquina are the women, Quechua women, indigenous people, that they are organizing by themselves. The experience is very exciting for me because they said, they close to me and said, we want to work with bamboo. We participated in a workshop of bamboo, and we really believe that we can do it by ourselves. They present me for the first time. I saw a project set it directly by women indigenous people, and it was done because of the capacity building process that INBAR was doing at the beginning. Then we identified an opportunity to include this as part of our REDD+ policy projects, and now the project it's working, trying to bring more people of different indigenous communities. They are working, first of all, trying to strengthen the governance, because at the beginning they wanted to have a site to collect the bamboo and to commercialize since this place to other places. However, they didn't have a strong governance. They didn't have the environmental plan study. They didn't have the constitution the organization legally constituted. So it was necessary to strengthen these capacities in order to have the whole process done. It is part of the project. Now we are with INBAR. The work is oriented to get trainer-for-trainer methodologies in order to increase the impact, forming more people in bamboo. These women engage more women and men too, and they organize. They are trainer of trainer. They are focusing in different places, increasing the knowledge about that. Then they have kits to suppliers and tools in order to implement the activities that the knowledge that they are receiving now. On the other side, we include this as a value chain free of deforestation. I want to mention that Ecuador is one of the first countries to get a distinctive free of deforestation. And we are piloting with bamboo, with this value chain, this distinctive too. This is maybe this is something innovator because the government is recognizing within a specific seal this production free of deforestation. On the other side, the other component of the project is improve bamboo commercialization, because maybe we can improve their capacities, or maybe to have a place where they can treat the bamboo. But if they don't have who to sell this, it's the same. They don't. The objective is to increase the incomes and to reduce the deforestation. And this other part, it is important, and the government is developing a policy in order to buy bamboo to the new houses, to the social houses. So they are trying to make some deals with the government in order to use the bamboo in this side. On the other hand, it is they participate in a prize, such a prize, 5th edition, and they win the 2nd place in the sustainable material category. And this promotion now is opening new markets to them. So we are still working, but we believe that this is opportunity. These women are very engaged with this process. They believe in a new opportunities to develop this.
Yes.
And this is a long-term vision project, not just to put money and to give them money. It's to change their lives and offer new opportunities around the bamboo. That's what we are doing now.
Thank you very much, Madam Karina, for your perspective. And I want to highlight that the project which you indicated is also the project funded by the Food and Agriculture Organization. So it is a small project, but a very highly impactful project on the ground. So, Sir, Mr. Zhimin, please go ahead.
Thank you, dear colleagues. It's so nice to be here and to see also our INBAR colleagues and friends. And actually, bioeconomy is a relatively new concept, right? Firstly appeared in the year 2000, 23 years ago. And there are still different understanding and probably interpretations of the definition of bioeconomy. But generally speaking, bioeconomy comprises of 2 major components, right? It is the first part of the word bio. This means actually conservation, restoration, and sustainable use of biodiversity. And the second part is actually it's green, economic growth. So it's a great word, and it's actually a very hot subject at the moment, including actually within FAO. So bioeconomy is quite high on the FAO agenda at this moment. And globally, 23 countries have developed their bioeconomy specific strategies, and 40 countries have their bioeconomy related strategies. So more and more countries are actually putting bioeconomy on their national agenda. And in FAO, actually, Bioeconomy for Sustainable Food and Agriculture is one of FAO's 20 priority program area. We call it PPAs in the FAO Strategic Framework 2022 to 2030. And FAO currently is implementing 150 bioeconomy projects with a total project fund of $350 million, and mainly focusing on actually two key components. It's a bio innovation, and secondly, it's a technical support to member states and also institutions in their development and implementation of their, say, policies with regard to the bioeconomy, and as well as the development of the integrated strategies. So why, say, is this important, say, why what we are doing is important? I think simply because actually bioeconomy is considered as a key solution to transformation towards a more, say, efficient, inclusive, resilient, and sustainable agri-food system, which plays a very important role to actually addressing the challenge of climate change. So I think this is what I want to share with you for this question. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Zhimin. I think it is quite important to see the importance of like bioeconomy. We need to see more important like bamboo included as a critical aspect into the whole portfolio and global. Well, so this is what we aim for. Thank you very much for the perspective. Now I invite Dr. Alamayu from Ethiopia to provide a short introductory remark.
Okay. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me and my organization, and I'm very happy to represent my country as well as my organization in this important side event on bamboo bioeconomy value chain development for climate change mitigation and resilience. To introduce myself, I'm Alamayu Ayana. I am a Director of Policy and Socioeconomics Research Program at Ethiopian Forestry Development. My organization, specifically my program, we are conducting several research programs that aims to leverage the transformation of the forestry sector, including the bamboo, for example, to boost the economic contribution of bamboo and other forest products, and creating green jobs in the sector, and also enhancing the environmental services of forest and bamboo resource, and also boosting the climate change mitigation and resilience effect due to this product. I'm also representing, as you know, the Dr. Mchumo is the Deputy Director General for Ethiopian Forestry Development, who departed to Ethiopia for urgent assignment. Having said this, I think Ethiopia is a frontliner country in terms of bamboo sector development in Africa. Ethiopia has the largest bamboo resource, both in the highland and in the lowland areas. And also nowadays we are introducing also together with support of INBAR into the midland areas where our native species cannot grow, actually to maximize the benefit from the bamboo. So Ethiopia also has relatively advanced bamboo small and micro enterprises and also industries which are actually emerging. So Ethiopia, the government of Ethiopia has taken several steps to develop this bamboo sector. For example, we have developed and implementing bamboo development strategy action plan, which will be applied or implemented from 2019 up to 2013. Bamboo also received a great attention by government as one of the strategic species in the Green Legacy initiatives of Ethiopia. This is very, very important, and as a result, a massive bamboo plantation has been taken place, aiming at restoration of degraded land and climate change mitigation and resilience. To mention some of the figures, we have planted around 141 million bamboo seedling over the past 5 years, which covers around 230,000 hectares of new plantation between 2019 and 2023. So this actually is implemented in close collaboration with different partners like INBAR and other non-state actors like Farm Africa and so on, including actually to develop the bamboo nurseries and improving the quality of planting materials. And in collaboration with INBAR also, we have implemented several capacity building activities in the bamboo skill and technology transfer areas, especially in small and medium enterprises, and also smallholder farmers to support their livelihoods. And as a result, several jobs are being created under these small and micro enterprises and emerging industries. The most important development also in the bamboo sector in Ethiopia is the establishment. The China-Africa Bamboo Center is under establishment in Ethiopia, which is in pipeline and which can benefit and capacitate not only the capacity of Ethiopia, but also the Africa in general. So I think these are a very important development in bamboo sector in Ethiopia.
Thank you very much, Dr. Alamayo. I think it is, so it is appreciable and it is highly commendable the scale by which the government of Ethiopia has undertaken planting under the Green Legacy program. And also the setting up of China-Africa Bamboo Center will be a transformative thing to transform the whole bamboo sector, not only for Ethiopia, but also for the whole of Africa. With that, I would like to invite Mr. Tom Okolo Obang to provide his some perspectives. Please.
Yeah, thank you. I want to say hi to everybody who is here, and also hi to the people who are listening and viewing us back home. I'm Tom Okelo, the Executive Director of the National Forestry Authority of Uganda. And Uganda is a member state of INBAR. And in Uganda, traditionally, bamboo grows in the wild, in the natural environment. And when we did a survey around 2017-18, through the help of INBAR, Uganda mapped up to about 55,000 hectares of naturally occurring bamboo. And we have two indigenous species. That is the Oxytenathra abyssinica, what we call the lowland bamboo, which is mainly found in the northern part of the country, and found in both protected areas and also outside the protected areas. And then we have the Oldenia alpina, which is mainly found in the southwestern part of the country and also in the western and eastern, on the two mountains, Mountain Rwenzori in the west and Mountain Elgon in the east. And these are the two indigenous species. But as a country, we are trying to domesticate other species. We are trying 25 new species, and already the dendrocalamus species and bambusa are giving us very good yields and very good, it is promising. Now, Uganda has been implementing the Dutch Sino-East African Bamboo Development Project with the support of INBAR, the Dutch government, and then also the government of the People's Republic of China. Under this project, we have seen a lot of capacity building which has taken place, and we are looking at especially value chain development. We have set some standards. We are looking at moving away from the traditional products to industrial products. We are still at an infant stage compared to our brother from Ethiopia, what he has said. In fact, we have learned some lessons from Ethiopia and also from China. And in 2019, the country also developed the Bamboo Strategy and Action Plan, 2019 to 2029. And in this action plan, the country plans to at least use bamboo as one of the plans for landscape restoration, where we are targeting of restoring up to 375,000 hectares of degraded landscape out of the 2.5 million hectares promised under the Bond Challenge. We think we can use bamboo to restore 375,000 hectares, which is 15% of what was projected. We also, under the strategy, we project that bamboo can provide up to around 150,000 green jobs to our people, and also we want to use it as an industrial product. We estimate that we can raise up to 140 million poles of bamboo per year. To date, we have already started restoration of degraded landscape, especially riverbanks, by use of bamboo, and some areas within the government forest reserves we are restoring using bamboo. So I think as a country, we have embraced bamboo, and we are going to talk more about it during the panel discussion. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tom. Yeah, I think it is highly commendable. I think it's highly commendable to see the progression from 2019 till now, that they have industries in ground, they have high quality plantation and like some sustainable management, and of course like some Uganda, the whole of Africa will catch up in terms of the bamboo development. Thank you very much, Mr. Tom. Now I invite Dr. John Guobin to make his introductory remark, please. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for your inviting. I'm pleased to attend the event program Bamboo. And please let me speak in Chinese. Sorry.
Okay, so I can translate it after.
非常高兴的参加今天我们INBAR组织的这个辩论会啊，就是我来自国家林草局，就中国国家林草局气候师气候处，就是我主要从事这个跟气候变化相关的工作。就大家都知道，最近在这个会议当中，大家特别关注的就是森林作为应对气候变化的一个重要的这个措施和行动，尤其是作为竹林，也是我们关注的。我们今天在这讨论的这个竹林的话，它在这个应对气候变化当中是有一个很好的它的手段、它的措施和效果，所以它现在也在这个应对气候变化当中会扮演着越来越重要的角色。尤其是收获的木质产品可以储存碳，能够做获更多的这个替代作用。有研究证明，1立方米的这个木质产品能替代混凝土的话，可以减少0.8吨二氧化碳的排放。所以此处增加像竹林这样的这个自然碳汇，可以成为世界各国应对气候变化的一个重要行动内容，也是有关国家作为自主贡献的一些重要内容。就中国政府也非常重视这个包括竹林在内的应对气候变化方面的重要作用。就是我们现在在推进国家双碳目标当中，特别强调的就是要巩固提升生态系统的碳汇能力，其中把竹林也作为一个重要的内容。所以我们在这个推进竹林以及包括在内的其他的一些森林类型， 特别强调的这里面，我们总书记在最近几次会上中和他讲话当中都特别强调，就是包括竹林在内，它的重要的一些生态功能，就刚才前面几位专家所提到的，包括它的这个水库、钱库、这个粮库和炭库这4库，尤其在我们竹林当中能够集中的体现出来。另外，在我们中国共产党刚刚接受的这个20大报告当中也提出，要推动绿色发展，促进人与自然和谐共生当中，就提出协同推进江滩减污、颗粒增长。那么这几个方面，在我们竹林以及竹子方面都有很好的体现出它的这减污降碳方面、颗粒增长上面它的优势。所以它也是建设我们美丽家园、建设美丽地球的一个重要的一个自然资源和它的一个生物学特性。因为竹林在这些方面，就是我们在利用和发展当中，它可以帮助我们修复工作，就是帮助修复我们的自然退化的这个生态系统以及环境。所以在这一方面，我们中国在这里面已经有很长的这个研究历史和生产历史。那么大家众所周知，我们中国在这个竹林的这个应用以及竹子应用上面，有着中国文化的这个悠久的历史。所以中国最早的竹简就用于书写或雕刻的这些工具也是材料。另外，在中国的这个竹简当中，它也反映出是最早的这个纸张的应用。所以竹子的应用在中国有数百年甚至上千年的历史。所以这些悠久的历史为我们进一步的推进竹子的这个文化以及它的产品以及它的这个替代功能都有很好的这个经验和悠久的这个就是我们使用的这个历史，为我们今后拓展竹子的应用和发展会有更好的这个帮助。另外，我们竹林的增长也在中国得到很好的体现。就中国竹林从2010年的550万公顷增加到2021年的756万公顷，所以占森林的面积现在达到3.3%。所以这也就意味着竹林在这个土地当中的这些生态服务功能和作用也得到进一步的发挥。另外，中国政府在对竹林产业的发展当中，在政策上面也给予大力的支持和重视，分别印发了2个很重要的文件，一个是关于加快竹林产业创新发展的指导意见。另外，2021年又多部委联合印发了《中国竹产业发展规划（2021至2030年）》，所以这也是为中国政府在竹业发展当中提供了有力保障。所以这也是中国在推进竹产业发展方面以及竹业发展方面的一个重要的一个政策保障。另一方面，就是资源丰富的这些县市也联合实施了50多项的这个促进竹产业发展的政策。所以在这方面的话，我们就觉得，在中国政府的重视和推进下，以及与国际合作，将在INBAR的这些机构的一些共同的在推进下，我相信就是竹产业的发展会越来越受到这个人们的欢迎，也越来越对这个气候变化以及人类环境的改善和发展有更大的帮助。好，谢谢。
OK， 谢谢老师张国斌。In the interest of time, I will synthesize it too shortly. So he indicated that it's a great pleasure for him to be here in this event, and he is the head of climate change of the GA, and he indicated that forests are the main location where, and it is an important area and a cost-effective like a mechanism to deal with climate change and to store like carbon. The Chinese government attaches great importance to climate change. President Xi announced the Climate Ambition Summit that by 2030, China's forest stock will increase by 6 billion cubic meter compared with 2005. Then indicated that collectively we can promote carbon reduction, pollution reduction, green expansion, and creating like a beautiful China and like some beautiful world. So this is the crux of what he has indicated in his speech. Now I think in the interest of time, we go to the questions to each of the panelists. I will go first with like Madam Karina. I think she has indicated about what the ministry, IDB and INBAR has done to the indigenous communities. I wanted to ask her a broad perspective. So what opportunities, in addition to the current things what we have done in Ecuador, so what are all the opportunities you see in the Amazon biome as a whole for the bamboo to contribute to climate change mitigation as well as adaptation? Like a short response would be appreciated.
Thank you. I think that it was crucial to include all of these funds together. The participation of IDB in our project that was driving, was proposal for us as a country was critical now. Otherwise, maybe you have funds that comes to the Amazonia, but they are not necessarily related to our national goals. In this case, this project should be part of our national goals because we have to not just to prove, on one hand, that we are increasing the incomes for the women and indigenous people. We have to prove this. On the other hand, we have to prove that this engagement has results. It means that we are reducing emissions from the deforestation. We have to prove both things. And it is part of our REDD+ policy, and it is part of our NDC. So this is the link between the national level and subnational, because maybe in one stage we should engage to the subnational level governance in order to be part of this. Now maybe the coordination is from the national level to the indigenous people communities. However, with the time, we should expand this project, including more subnational level organizations. On the other hand, this activity, maybe at the beginning we were not including this value chain as part of our national REDD+ strategies. But if this works properly, we should include and we should replicate in other parts of the country. But we are still showcasing this process, and with the time, I am sure that we will have more results. And it is the really way, with the time, I think that this is part of the mitigation actions that should be included, and adaptation too, because we are reducing the vulnerability of these indigenous people communities and increasing the capacity of adaptation and the future change of the climate change, increasing the resilience of these communities that otherwise, if we don't have this project, they don't have opportunities, real opportunities to increase incomes and to reduce the pressure over the forests.
Absolutely, including bamboo into the policy agenda, including at the national level, like some subnational level, and like some mainstreaming it through creating models like this, as you said, is the appropriate way to go ahead. Thank you very much. Now, in the interest of time, I would go to Professor John Gobin because he has to go to another session. So I want to ask him a final question. So China is the kingdom of bamboo. China has advanced bamboo in comparison with other countries. So what is that China can offer to the bamboo development globally? So what other countries could learn from China on technologies and knowledge transfer? So could you please share some ideas, Professor?
Thank you. 中国政府历来高度重视竹藤事业发展，始终坚持人与自然和谐共生，致力于生态文明建设，走绿色发展之路。作为国际竹藤组织的东道国，中国政府始终关注支持国际竹藤组织的健康发展，为全球竹藤事业的高质量发展做出贡献。近些年来，中国国家林草局相关单位组织开展竹藤资源相关的国际培训班，加强人才培养与交流，在埃塞俄比亚、肯尼亚、乌干达等开展竹产业链发展项目，旨在帮助东非国家发掘本土竹资源潜力，通过竹产业发展促进区域绿色经济发展，应对环境退化和消除贫困。在2018年中非合作论坛北京峰会上，中国提出实施绿色发展行动，并将建设中非竹子中心，帮助非洲开发竹藤产业作为措施之一。中方将继续推进中非竹子中心建设运营，帮助非洲开发竹藤产业。此外，还将通过亚洲和拉美竹子中心联合共建，组建区域合作研究中心、联合研究机构、技术转让中心、技术创新联盟等，不断 科技创新，深化国际合作与交流。我们愿携手国际竹藤组织各成员国，进一步加强竹藤资源的培育、保护和开发利用，为建设美丽洁净的这个世界做出新的更大贡献。谢谢 ，Thank you.
Also, I quote what he indicated that the Chinese government attaches high importance to the bamboo and rattan industry. As the host country for INBAR, the Chinese government have supported the setting up of, is in the process of like some setting up of China Africa Bamboo Center, and also currently supporting the projects in Ethiopia, Kenya and Uganda and in other countries. Likewise, the projects are like some similar centers in Latin America and Africa could also be done in the future to strengthen the hand. So the government of China will continue to support INBAR to support the member countries in cultivation, protection and utilization of the bamboo to build a clean and like some beautiful world. So because Professor Lu and Dr. John Gobin has to go for another event, I think we excuse them, and I want to appreciate both their contribution to our side event. Let's hear a round of applause like some before they depart. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think so it organically comes to another question. I would go to Dr. like some Zhimin. So the question is, so what do you see the role of like forest and bamboo in contributing to climate change mitigation and like resilience? The floor is yours.
Thank you. And actually, forest, including bamboo, is the huge carbon sink, right? Restoring actually 620 billion tons of carbon. So it accounts for half of the total carbon stored in soil and vegetation on the earth. And so basically, without forest, the 1.5 degree climate goal cannot be achieved. This is actually a consensus actually among the delegates attending this COP28. And actually, bamboo is a fast-growing species, as we were talking about. And probably not all of us know that bamboo can grow 1.2 meters per day. So it's really fast-growing. And also, it's a multifunctional magic plant. I used to quote actually a sentence by BBC when I was the DG of INBAR, say 20 years ago.
Yes.
No?
Yeah.
Right. So no, almost. And bamboo is the plant of the 21st century. So it can produce, whatever you can imagine, right? From, say, charcoal to actually T-shirts and to actually laminated beams and ceilings in Madrid airport, so on and so forth. So it's really a magic plant. And also bamboo can be harvested regularly, right? Creating actually durable products that restore carbon over their lifetime. So, and also because of the fast-growing nature and other, say, features of bamboo, it is also an ideal substitute for those high-emission materials, right? Including, say, plastic and steels and other, say, fossil fuel-based products or materials. But at the moment, I think the world's forests, including bamboo, we are facing global challenges, yes. To me, I think the biggest challenges are actually the continuous forest loss, especially the three drivers of continuous forest loss, which is deforestation. At the moment is 10 million hectares per year. Then it's the forest fire. Almost 70 million hectares per year were burned. And then it's the insect pests and diseases, 35 million hectares actually destroyed every year. So in total, it is more than 100 million hectares per year. And yeah, if we were to achieve actually the global forest goal of 3% increase of forest cover, we need to actually increase a new forest by 180 million hectares per year. So all these big figures together implies that there is a huge task in front of us. So, but despite of all these, say, challenges, right, we have actually established, say, partnerships and working mechanism to work together, actually to address these, say, global challenges so that we can meet our goals by the time we set. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think bamboo is indeed like a magic plant. So you can, as you said, you can see bamboo growing with your eyes. So and then with this target of 180 million per year, bamboo can contribute a small portion of that to achieve the global goals. Thank you indeed to bring that data, and it is quite interesting. Now we go to Dr. Alamayu. I think there are many technologies, trainings, like some capacity buildings, industries, like some machineries, which have been transferred from across the world, like mainly from China to Ethiopia. So there are something which has like some succeeded, and there are something which has not succeeded. Please indicate like what are all the things which has like some succeeded and what has not, and like what are all the challenges you have in hand that we all have to jointly solve.
Okay, thank you very much. This is a very important issue. There are, of course, many technologies, skill transfer already underway. But if you ask the scale of transfer or diffusion or dissemination is not really parallel with the effort. So to start with what are already successful, I think after the skill training and those technology transfer effort, there are different small and macro enterprises emerged in several places. I think we can mention as a positive development because of this skill development, skill and technology transfer. Industries, especially small industries are also emerging, especially the promising cases in the furniture and also weaving of bamboo product. These are actually areas which are emerging, and also converting bamboo, stick-based bamboo product, and also bamboo pulp and briquettes to some extent are emerging actually. I think we can mention this as a positive development due to this technology and the skill development. But what are the gaps? Why we are not, the effort, the achievement is not parallel to the effort? I think there is a limited capital for initial investment to engage in these enterprises. I think this is one of the bottlenecks, especially for private sectors, and also limited financial capacity. Also, the loan for the bank, or the financial accessibility, loan from banks are not conducive for forestry in general, and also bamboo in particular. Also, there is a limitation in technology and the skill to compete with imported product. So the imported product always outweighs because of maybe efficiency of the industries or limitation of technologies, and also limitations in also to compete to export. To the export also, the quality of the product should be parallel with or compete with the elsewhere, or to meet the export standard. There's also limited foreign direct investment.
Yes.
Limited foreign direct investment in the area. And in general, the engagement of private sector in this area in our country is very limited. And so I think these are the areas that we are really should work hard to actually benefit from the technologies and the skill transfer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think like some financing is a key area, technology transfer is a key area, and assimilating it to the ground are another important challenge which I should particularly focus on. I think in the interest of time, I will provide the final question to Dr. Tom Okolo-Obong. So I want to ask him, Uganda as a country has progressed a very long way in the bamboo development. And you see many countries in Africa are in some similar stage. So what advice would you have for other countries who want to set out in some similar direction as Uganda?
Yeah, thank you, the moderator. Yes, you have said it, we have moved a step. And they say even if you have to travel 1,000 kilometers, you start with that first step. So I would advise similar countries who want to move and venture into the bamboo development, first of all, to put in place appropriate policies and legislations which can facilitate the development of bamboo. And one of the things which should be really considered in that policy is how will they multiply the resource base? Because without adequate resource base, you cannot think of venturing into the value chain. And just like my brother here from Ethiopia has said, they need to attract direct foreign investments, which will come with the resources needed for the development of the value chain. They need to include bamboo into their national development plans and popularize it and mainstream it into the smaller plans, the sectoral plans, for it to be adopted. They need to create awareness amongst the population and also demonstrate the benefits which we can derive from bamboo. And in all this, they should put the people at the center, because bamboo does not grow, you cannot have plantations in the middle of cities. This will probably be in the rural areas where we have the rural communities living with these resources. So they should be part and parcel of the planning for the development of the bamboo. And where possible, they need to put in place incentives which can help people and enable investors, enable the development of the resource. But I think research should also be part and parcel of what they need to put in place. Because, you talked of several species of bamboo available in the world. But in many countries, you find there are few. So we really need to research into how to domesticate some of those species. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I think you have synthesized the whole event beautifully well and solved I think. So I want to appreciate all of you for your time and short notice. I want to appreciate all the people who attend the event, participate in the event. So thank you very much indeed, Dr. Karina, Dr. Zhimin, Dr. Alamayu, and Dr. Tom Okolo-Obong. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.